there may not be as much disagreement on the empirical data surrounding climate change as you think there is. Take a look at this. The Trump administration predicted a 7-degree increase in global temperature by 2100. 7-degree increase in global temperature. This is a Trump administration prediction. So the Hill says the Trump administration predicted in a draft environmental impact statement last month that the planet will warm 7 degrees Fahrenheit by 2100, a development that scientists say could be catastrophic. Among the consequences of such a rise, coral reefs would dissolve, oceans would become more acidic, extreme heat waves would plague the globe, and coastal cities would be at risk of being underwater, according to the Washington Post, which was the first to report on the prediction. The prediction was contained well into a 500-page draft environmental impact statement. The draft statement was written to defend President Trump's decision to freeze federal fuel efficiency standards for light trucks and cars built after 2020. It largely declared that the planet's ultimate fate was already determined and that little could be done about it. Do you understand what was just said? The White House releases this environmental impact statement, and in it they say, oh yeah, by the way, people talking about climate change are totally correct. Scientists are totally correct. It's going to be up to a 7-degree increase by 2100. And then what they do with that information is say, oh, don't worry about it. It's going to happen, and it's going to happen no matter what we do, so we're not even going to bother trying. We're not going to try to get off of fossil fuels. We're not going to try to have better environmental safety regulations. We're not going to try to move towards green and renewable technology. We're not going to have a New Deal to totally transition off of fossil fuels. It's going to happen, and it's looking bad. And since it's looking really bad, fuck it. So effectively, this is like a doomsday cult in control in our country. Wow. I am perpetually amazed at the degree to which people in power do not give a fuck about the future. Because think about your great-grandchildren. Oh, the world that they inherit. Oh. And the thing that's most maddening is that we have the ability to get off fossil fuels. We have the ability. We're just not doing it. And we're not doing it because big oil has a stranglehold on our government and on many world governments because our economy is so, entrenched with those interests, and they've bought many respective politicians the world over. So this is, one of the most important issues where you can see the impact of legalized bribery. We sit around as the climate moves towards total annihilation and destruction, where life for human beings will become impossible, and we're like, yeah, what are you going to do? Business as usual. It's the status quo. It is what it is. They used to deny climate change was happening. Now, apparently, they're like, yeah, it's happening, and whatevs. Can't do anything to fix it. Oh, my God. There was another article that just came out, and it verified one from about a year ago that we talked about on this show, maybe 2 years ago now. Apparently, the Middle East is going to become uninhabitable. Could be by 2100, because it's just going to be too hot for humans to live there. Think about that. You would think that if any issue would motivate the far right, the people in our government that are in control now, you would think that if any issue would motivate them to maybe try to address this, it would be that there's going to be a refugee crisis the likes of which the world has never seen yet, when the entire Middle East has to empty. And all of those brown people are going to try to get into your country, Mr. Trump, Mr. Republicans, Mr. Republican in control in Washington, D.C. And I thought, you're a hardliner on immigration. Well, you're speeding up the worst refugee crisis that the world has ever seen. and we have the ability to fight back against this trend, but you don't want to do it. So, man, what the fuck is going to happen in the future? I mean, we know that the price of food is going to skyrocket because there's going to be increased famine and drought. There's going to be even more increased natural disasters, and we're already seeing that effect. Sea level rise, of course, is another one. But we're really talking about a civilization destabilizing event. And the response of this government is to shrug. Go, what are you going to do? It's already going to be so bad that, what are you going to do? So look at the transition. They were like, nah, it's not happening, it's not happening, it's not happening, it's not happening, it's not happening. And then, oh shit, not only is it happening, it's so bad that fuck it, who cares? Oh my god. Doomsday cult, man, that really is what it is. Because think about it, even conservatives in many other countries, they believe in climate change, and they want to do stuff to fix it. It's just in the U.S. that we have politicians who are like, that denied it as much as possible, but now apparently they're saying it's real, but who cares? What are we going to do? We can't fix it anyway. This is the only country where that's the reaction. And we're the most powerful country on earth. Think of even the rejection of the Paris Climate Agreement. Think about that. The Paris Climate Agreement was just a milquetoast, tiny step in the right direction, and the Trump administration ripped it up. And the rest of the world was like, what the fuck? There were two other countries, I think Nicaragua was one, and then one other, maybe Ecuador, I don't remember, who said, oh, we're not going to sign on to the Paris Climate Agreement. You know what their reasoning was? We need to do better. This isn't enough. Now, eventually they were like, okay, I guess we'll sign on to it because we're not going to get any better than that because of the U.S. But we pulled out of it anyway. So even the mild, small steps in the right direction, this government was like, nope. And now there's an admission. Sure, up to 7-degree increase, catastrophic, devastating, apocalyptic, but what are you going to do? That should scare absolutely everybody. And that alone should really kick you in the ass to go out and vote.